Howdy, I'm Bob Terry, and welcome to another wonderful episode of The Adventures of Kit Carson, starring Bill Williams and Don Diamond. And it's all brought to you free here on the internet by Wild West Toys Toy Gun Town website. You can shop with Toy Gun Town at www.toyguntown.com. This is a wonderful, fantastic Western from the early to the mid-50s, and kids just loved it. It had a pretty good run. And there's 103 or 104 episodes. Not quite sure. There's there's debate on that on several websites. But enjoy this. It's a fantastic television show. It's just basic, right and wrong. It stars Bill Williams, Don Diamond. It's a great 30-minute show. Enjoy it, and we'll see you after the show.
The canyon off to the left.
They all look the same to me.
Well, let's try it. This must be the place. Let's see if anyone's around.
I think there is someone around.
We're looking for Mrs. Patricia Garner.
What do you want with her?
Well, I was in the Army with her husband. Before he died, I promised to do something for him.
Who are you?
I'm Kit Carson. This is El Toro.
Well, I'm Mrs. Patricia Garner.
Is this the way you welcome all of your callers?
They're strangers, yes. I don't hurt them none. I just knock their hats off. You'd be surprised to know how many don't even turn around and pick them up. This one just happened to be my size.
What's his reason for the hobby of collecting hats?
Well, they hear there's a woman up in this canyon with a rich silver strike, and they figure she'll be easy picking.
I wish your husband could have known you struck it rich.
Come on up to the house and tell me about Bill.
I promised your husband I would see if there was anything I could do for you and your daughter.
Well, I sure appreciate your coming. I'm sorry I can't offer you anything but a drink of water. That is, unless you'd like to stay for supper. Set yourself down.
Where is your daughter? Away at school?
I found her out. I had to, Mr. Carson. It was the only way.
Bound, you don't mean tied up.
No, Toro. Whenever parents can't afford to take care of a child, they have a legal right to bind them out to someone who can take good care of them. Your husband figured you were having rough going. Who'd you bind it to?
Oh, some folks by the name of Raymond. They have a farm near mine. We came out to California about the same time, long before there were any Americans around.
I think I'll go water the horses, Kid.
The trought's around the back.
Gracias.
Now that you've struck it rich, I suppose you'll get your daughter back.
I tried to a few days ago, but Kathy was away visiting, and the Raymond said there'd be no deal unless Kathy was there.
Then you've nothing to worry about.
I don't know. I don't think the Raymonds mean to give her up. I believe she was right there the day I called. They're up to something. I could tell the way they acted.
All right, we'll get her back for you. Write her a letter and tell her who we are.
Sure will be glad to get my little girl back.
There's her cabin down there.
All right, come on.
I was only to bring you here. That was the deal.
Wouldn't be a little yellow, would you, Raymond?
Mrs. Garner. Drop it.
Get up. I'm no outlaw. Get up.
Anybody's got a right up there.
We're not to shoot up the place.
I yelled at her that I was coming past. She came out with a rifle. I only wanted to scare her.
I lost the other one.
That woman's crazy. She thinks anybody that goes near that claim's a bandit.
What were you doing up there?
Well, we were going prospecting. Up above her diggings.
You don't look like a prospector to me.
Is there any law that says how a prospector's got to dress?
Now, get out of here. Stay away from the Garner claim.
Who's telling me to?
The name is Carson.
Senor, there's something I feel you should know for your own concern. The first name is Kit.
Expecting trouble?
Since they found gold, a man don't know what to expect. What do you want?
Is your name Raymond?
That's right.
We got a letter for Kathy Garner from her mother.
Oh? Well, I'll give it to her.
We want to see her.
Well, do you now? Suppose she doesn't want to see you.
Well, in that case, you got yourself a couple of permanent lodges, because we're not leaving here until we do see her.
What's your interest in Kathy?
I think I look around, Kit.
Go ahead, Toro.
Stay right where you are. I don't like strangers prowling around my farm.
I guess I look around, eh, Senor Raymond?
Now, do we see Kathy?
Well, it won't do you no good.
Now, a little more milk, dear. My goodness, Tom, don't you know better than to bring company into the kitchen?
Wants to see Kathy.
Speak up, child. Make us acquainted with your friend. I never saw him before.
I'm Kit Carson, an old friend of your father's.
I don't remember him.
Got a letter for you, Kathy.
Tell her I'm not going. It's from Ma. She wants me to leave you.
It's up to you, Kathy. You're welcome to go or welcome to stay.
Don't you love your mother, Kathy?
Why should I? She bound me out, didn't she?
She had to. She wasn't able to take care of you.
It's just an excuse.
She loves you very much, Kathy. She's been working like a man on that silver mine. Now that she's struck it rich, she wants you back. Send you to a nice school.
I don't want to hear any more about it. Leave me alone. Get out of here.
I told you how it would be, Mr. Carson.
You tell Mrs. Garner not to keep bothering the child. She gets awful upset.
Mrs. Garner gave me the $200 you paid.
But that girl's love's worth more than $200. She's been like a daughter to us.
If you loved her that much, you'd think of her welfare. You know she'd be better off going to a good school.
I'll not send Kathy away.
That's our final word.
Well, I'll go back and tell her mother. Good day.
When I came from the barn, Kathy was trying to hide this on my saddle.
What'd she say?
Not a word. She just gave me this paper and ran back indoors.
Strange. It's the letter from her mother. Wait a minute. Something on the back. Be in front of the bank in Sonora at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Kathy, or sometimes called Kitty.
Kitty. Must be a nickname.
If Kathy was acting, she did a pretty good job. Maybe we'd better do as she said.
Something else I discovered. Your friend, Senor Raymond, has a farm that is not a farm.
What do you mean?
No crops, no cattle, no chickens, nothing at all. I think Senor Raymond must be retired.
Let's get on into town. Toro, it's 4 o'clock. I don't think she'll show up now.
So impatient, Kit. I've often waited 2 hours for a senorita. More for a beautiful one.
I'm afraid Raymond's kept her from meeting us.
Well, let's walk around the town. Perhaps if we come back later, she'll be here.
All right.
You ever hear of her, Kit? You want to stay here or go back to Raymond's farm?
Kitty. Kitty. It's the same name as on the note.
You mean that's Kathy?
I wonder. Let's go in and find out.
Buenas tardes, senor.
Good afternoon. We'd like a couple of rooms.
One room with 2 beds?
Good enough.
How long will you be here?
Just tonight.
Where do you come from?
Sacramento. Sonora looks like a lively little town. What about this Kitty Kildare?
Look, Kit. Here she is. Bella. Bellissima.
Maybe you're right, Toro.
Very beautiful, senorita.
Very beautiful and very young. Much too young for you.
Oh, I'm sure that her beauty cannot compare to yours.
How old is this singer?
16.
Pretty rough town for a young girl like that.
If any man were to harm her, these miners would tear him to pieces. They worship her. They throw pieces of gold at her feet every night.
She must be a great singer.
She sings the old American songs the miners heard at their mother's knee. They listen, they weep, they shower her with gold.
Where does she come from?
The streets of the mining camp.
I said you couldn't go out this afternoon. So now you're trying to run away.
Well, I thought I'd go and see my mother. Just for a short visit.
Well, you can pack the rest of your things. Go ahead, I mean it. Pack everything you've got. We're heading for San Francisco. You're ready for something bigger than a mining town now. And we're going to make a killing. And no more talk about your mother or running away. We're getting married as soon as we reach San Francisco.
This fellow says you sent for him.
Sure. Come on in, Raymond. Carson's going to your farm. He's got me a little worried.
What do you figure we should do about it?
He's taking me to San Francisco.
Wait a minute.
No, don't get excited. I've got a little going-away present for you and your good wife.
Oh, that's very good of you, Maples.
It's a pleasure. Use the back way as usual going out. And good luck.
Well, good luck to you, and congratulations to you both.
Take care of him. The money's yours.
We'll have to see the show tonight, Toro.
Be very careful. You are strangers here. Do not try to speak to her. Do not show too much interest in her.
She must cost you a lot of money if she's as popular as all that.
Oh, she costs me nothing. I rent the theater.
Who's the manager?
Hi, I'm Carson. I understand you had a talk with the Raymonds. This is your second big mistake. Boys, these are a couple of fake law officers from Sacramento that have come to take you away.
Nobody followed us.
Maples just wanted to get us out of town.
And I got a strong feeling it's the best place for us, too.
Look, Toro. Fresh tracks made by a crawling body. Blood. And it's not dry.
It's Raymond.
Yeah. He's through. Toro, I've got a hunch this ties in with Maples and Kathy.
But why?
I can't say for sure yet, but I think Maples is the killer and Kathy is his captive.
How do we get her out?
Let's go back to the hotel. Coast clear?
I hope so.
I'll wait here for your signal.
Angel mio. You look so beautiful with surprise on your face. You should always wear it.
You fool. Why did you come back here?
Well, I left in such a haste that I forget to say adios. I even forget to ask your name.
Maria Gonzalez.
Maria. Such a beautiful name.
You had better leave here. And quickly.
But your beauty pierces my heart like the blade of a sword. Tell me, my darling, does that girl who caused all the trouble, does she live here in the hotel? Well, it's not for myself that I ask about her, but for a friend. You and you alone fill my heart.
That is better. Yes, she does.
Room 12, did you say?
She dresses there for her act.
Then perhaps I might borrow the key?
Perhaps.
We're leaving right now. Mac will pick up the bags later and meet us at the junction.
But you said...
I said we're leaving right now. For someone? Turn around.
look, ain't the key to room 12.
Maple's just left with Kathy. Come on. Are you hurt, Kathy?
No. Oh, how can I ever begin to thank you?
Toro, I'll take the team and you take my horse. Better yet, you take the wagon, I'll take your horse.
Where do I go?
I'm gonna take Kathy back to see your mother. And don't go through Sonora.
Si, senor. Where to, ladies?
Sacramento.
Who'll shoot the claim jumpers while you're away?
Oh, they can have what's left. With what I've got in our suitcase here, we won't need to work anymore.
What about bandidos?
Don't worry. I'll be right behind you.
Really hope you enjoyed The Adventures of Kit Carson, starring Bill Williams and Don Diamond, and all brought to you free here on the internet by Wild West Toys, Toy Gun Town website. That's our shopping cart site. You can shop with us at www.toyguntown.com. We're the only manufacturers of American-made Western toy cap guns and have been for over a decade. Come by and see us. Have a great day, and we hope we'll see you again on down the trail. I'm Bob Terry, and we appreciate you. Howdy, I'm Bob Terry, and welcome to another wonderful episode of The Adventures of Kit Carson, starring Bill Williams and Don Diamond. It's a fantastic, action-packed Western. It's 30 minutes long. It's in black and white, and I do apologize. Some of the episodes, the film quality is a little rough. These are older television shows that just were not really preserved as they should have been, and we aired here the best copies we can find. And we appreciate you coming by here, and I know you'll enjoy this show. It is action-packed. Get ready for The Adventures of Kit Carson, starring Bill Williams and Don Diamond, and it's all brought to you free by Wild West Toys, Toy Gun Town website. You can shop with us at www.toyguntown.com. Enjoy the show.
Ah, senorita, you're so beautiful. Never have I seen anyone so lovely. Won't you give El Toro one little kiss, huh? Ay, your lips are so cold.
Come on, Toro, wake up before Chiquita slaps your face.
That senorita I was dreaming about, kid. She's out of this world.
Yeah, they all are in dreams.
How did you find me here?
I got a smell of that coffee, and luckily I did. Or I'd have gone on the Whitewater and missed you.
2 days I waited there for you.
Oh, I was delayed by Governor Driscoll. We've had a change of orders.
Something tells me we're not going fishing.
Oh, yes, we are. For a kind of a fish we've never gone for before, and we're going south instead of north. These kind of fish live out of water. Land sharks, they call them.
Land sharks, eh?
To ensure legal ownership of all land grants, documentary evidence must be registered with the local land office to be duly recorded and validated in Washington.
I still am not convinced this is the proper thing to do.
Salvador, that's the only way you can protect yourself.
But, Mr. Barker, land grants could very easily go astray. If this should happen, we could prove nothing.
Now I'm very much worried. My grant was sent to Washington 3 months ago. It returned.
Pardon, senor, but have you asked about it at the land office?
Si, senor. I told him I was leaving this morning to see what was causing the delay.
This would be a very good thing to do, I think.
De acuerdo.
Forgive the intrusion, but I have a friend who may be able to help you.
Uh-huh. To whom have I the honor?
I would prefer to tell you in a place that is not so public.
Muy bien. Would you like to follow us to our hacienda?
Con mucho gusto.
Hey, when did Martinez get back?
This morning. Got to do something about it, Prescott. He says he's going to Washington.
Don't worry, he won't. We're watching him.
But if it does, we're through. You know that, don't you?
I said don't worry, didn't I? You go back to your land office. I'll drop by as soon as I find out anything definite.
And when I tell my people that Governor Driscoll sent you and El Toro to help us, they will be very much encouraged.
Had you not come, I think my father and I would have given up and returned to Mexico.
By doing that, you'd lose this beautiful hacienda.
To me, my land in California.
That's very true, but at the same time, I hope your father won't leave. We need men like him in the United States.
That is a very nice compliment.
Gracias, senor.
As we understand, most of your trouble around here has been caused by land jumpers and squatters.
That is so, Senor Carson. Our land is on what you call a public domain because we did not build fences around it.
That is foolishness.
It is, El Toro. But when we tell these men that they have no right to the land that they have taken, trouble starts.
As I recall, there is no law that prevents a man from protecting what belongs to him.
We're new citizens of your country. We desire to live in peace. So, rather than fight, some of our good friends have sold their Spanish grants to the Prescott Land Company.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope they got a fair price.
I have no way of knowing. I have not seen Senor Martinez since he went away. I was told he went back to Mexico.
Oh, that's very interesting. Do you know if they registered their Spanish grants with the land office before selling?
See, they did. They wanted father to register his, but he did not. That is one of the things Senor Martinez will discuss in Washington.
Tomorrow I will do it.
Don't. Wait a couple of days until I've had a chance to look around. I'll keep in contact with you.
Gracias, Senor Carson. You have been very kind.
Quédese con Dios.
Take care of Martinez?
Yeah, just like you ordered.
Good. Well, I'm filing his grant deed. You pick up a report on the Salvador holding.
Hi, Edwards.
Survey's on the drawing table.
Prescott's a good man to be hooked up with. Make a lot of money if he likes your work.
He sort of hinted at that.
This town always looks so restful.
I hope it hasn't changed any.
If this is your idea of a joke, it ain't funny.
I found out the land belonged to Ricardo Salvador.
But the land office maps don't show that.
Maybe so. But the original Spanish grant held by Salvador does.
Well, I'm going to keep this, but it isn't what we want. Where do you keep the printed forms that you use?
What do you want them for?
We'll fill them out to suit ourselves.
I don't do business that way.
Get away! Hey, back your head.
Thanks for the help. I'm Gene Edwards.
Me, I'm El Toro. This is Kid Carson.
Well, I've heard a lot about you boys, and I'm mighty glad to meet you.
Who was the athlete I just threw out?
Name's Burgess, works for Prescott.
Oh, you said quite a bit about him in your report to Governor Driscoll.
That report is why we are here.
Oh, I see. Well, the sure way to get additional facts firsthand is to see Don Salvador. I'll take you out to his place.
We've already been out there.
Huh?
Since you came out in the open against Prescott, we think you should take a little vacation.
The fish, they're biting fine up north.
We'll take care of the office while you're gone. Things might get a little rougher.
Well, I know you boys like to work things your own way, so I'll take your advice.
That's right. That way we'll get to fishing a little sooner, eh, Kid?
These belong to you.
What can I do for you?
I'd like a few minutes of your time if you're Prescott.
I am. Oh, sit down, Mr.
Carson.
Mr. Carson. What's on your mind?
The land situation in this part of the country. Let's talk about it.
Why?
Not very gabby, are you?
Not unless I have something to say.
Which means you haven't?
That's right.
Well, in that case, I'll have to get my information elsewhere. The land agent, perhaps.
The government's records are open for anybody's inspection.
I understand you own or claim to own most of the land around here.
Mr. Carson, what I own or don't own isn't anybody's business.
Figure you'll be able to hang on to that land when the Land Commission votes on the original grants?
What do you think?
I was just wondering.
Mr. Carson, are you trying to bribe me into giving you a job?
That's an idea. I'll see you later.
Oh, I wouldn't if I were you. You'd be just wasting your time.
I couldn't think of a nicer part of the country to waste it in.
You know, the climate around here isn't all it's cracked up to be. Squalls come up quite suddenly.
Thanks for the warning. I'll remember that. But you know, my memory hasn't been too good lately.
Goodbye, Mr. Carson. You know, Carson's a bad man to have against you.
Well, is there any chance of getting him to work with us?
None. None at all. So I guess I'll just have to start one of those squalls I told him about in order to convince Don Salvador that Carson's being here would do him a bit of good.
All right, remember. Now, this is your land, and don't let anybody run you off of it.
We won't.
Losing one of his herd ought to convince Salvador that the only way to protect himself is to register Spanish grants.
Unless he does, you'll never get his land.
Oh, yes, I will. One way or the other. Instruct the trail boss to keep the herd on the move all night.
All right. We should have these cattle in San Francisco in 15 days.
Este diablo. I'm glad this is the only job we have to do for Edwards. This surveying is hard work.
What are you complaining about? George Washington did it.
Well, if it's good enough for Mr. Washington, it's good enough for me. This eye, I can see nothing. I'm blind in both eyes. No, I'm not. I can see you.
Toro, take the cap off the lens.
Oh, these things I know nothing. Kid, I see cattle.
Cattle? I thought Salvador owned all the cattle in this area.
See, and they're heading north. That's funny. The slaughtering pens are south at Palos Verdes, and the hides are not sold until the fall.
Let's hide these things and get over there.
Don't need any help.
I thought Salvador owned all the cattle in this area.
We don't own these. These are up from San Diego.
Looks pretty fresh for a drive like that.
Aren't you going out of your way to snoop, Carson?
He might be telling the truth, and he might not. Trail him, Toro. Let me know if you see or hear anything.
See you again, senor. It's very pleasant.
Oh, thank you. May I talk to your father?
He's away at present. Some men have taken possession of our land in Rio Hondo.
And he's gonna run him off.
He remembered what you said about there being no American law to stop him doing that. Did he do wrong?
No, legally he's within his rights, but I don't think they'll leave peaceably.
Father is not himself. He's very worried because he does not hear from Don Martinez.
I'll ride over there right away. By the way, has your father sold any cattle recently?
No, none.
What do you think you're doing? And what's going on here?
I am having a fence which does not belong in my land removed.
Your land.
Rio Grande is part of the Salvadore Rancho. I am Ricardo Salvadore.
Who you are means nothing to us. We paid good hard cash for this land.
I am sorry, senor. You have been swindled. Go on with your work.
Well, if they do, who's going to get hurt? Black.
Are you all right?
See.
Did you tell these two men this was your land?
See. They say they bought it, but this cannot be. I did not sell it.
If you're telling the truth, which I doubt, you better get your money back from whoever you gave it to. Now get out of here, both of you.
Gracias, Senor Carson. You come at a time when we need you most.
That's why I'm here, sir.
Only this morning I learned they had stolen some of my cattle from the rancho.
El Toro is keeping an eye on them right now.
Huh? I am amazed and grateful. Shall we return to the hacienda? Ah, gracias, senor.
Kit, I overheard them with my ears. Your cattle are being taken to San Francisco where they will be sold for beef by Prescott's men.
For beef, El Toro? You must be mistaken. My cattle are being raised for hide.
That's what I thought, but I overheard them with my own ears.
Well, San Francisco has grown into a large city. Fresh beef is bringing a high price.
Much more than for your hides.
I will get my vaqueros and drive them to San Francisco myself.
No hurry, sir. We'll clean up things here first. The cattle is safe, and we'll pick them up later.
Amigo, you are smart.
Papa, I have some very bad news. Senor Martinez has been killed.
How do you know this, Rosita?
He was found by some men near Del Rio. One of them, Jose Gonzalez, recognized him. When he went to Senor Martinez's rancho, Senor Prescott's men would not let him in.
Prescott's men? What are they doing there?
They say Don Martinez sold his land grant to Senor Prescott.
Oh, but this is not so.
How do you know it isn't?
I spoke to Senor Martinez before he went away. You remember, Rosita, you were there.
See, I remember.
I'm sorry about your friend, sir. But this is the break we've been waiting for.
To prove Prescott did the shooting will not be easy, but we can prove he stole the cattle.
I think Prescott has overstepped himself.
You think? Well, I think, too. I think it is time my father and I leave this country and go where we can live a quiet, peaceful life.
Now, Rosita.
I'm afraid, Papa. Not for myself, but for you.
Well, there's no reason to be afraid. Your father's going to be all right, I'll guarantee that.
How can you?
Because your father will be where Prescott's men can't touch him in San Francisco waiting for his cattle. If you'll go, sir.
I will go.
Again, I must say I do not understand.
El Toro and I are going to stack the cards.
I'm still afraid.
Well, it looks like everything is all right, huh?
Yeah.
Ah, Senor Prescott, you were leaving?
Well, not if you want to see me. You sit down, senorita.
Gracias.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right to the point I will come, as you Americans say. If I can convince my father to sell his land grant, will you buy it?
No. If he wants to sell, I see no reason why I shouldn't.
I think he does. We have been talking about it.
Well, of course, he'll have to register and clear his deed with the land office.
That will be done.
Then we have a deal.
We must. Because I have a very special reason for wanting him to sell.
What is the special reason?
I do not want the same thing to happen to him that happened to Senor Martinez. He was very badly wounded.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you know who did it?
As yet, he has not been able to tell anyone.
Where did it happen?
Near Del Rio. Jose Gonzalez found him and took him to his cabana, just west of town.
Is he still alive?
See? You have made me very happy, Senor Prescott. I will not keep you any longer. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias, señorita.
Look, I put 2 slugs in him. I'd bet my life that he's dead.
Well, you're going to lose it unless we get to him before he talks.
Well, if you hadn't filed that deed so quick, we'd still be in the clear.
Come on, stupid. You get over the hut. I'll stay here and keep you covered. Nice shooting, Burgess. Leave it there.
Drop your gun or I'll drop you.
Get going.
You shot that dummy, Burgess. You convicted yourself of Martinez's murder.
What are you talking about, Carson?
Just what I said. You and Barker are going to hang as accessory to the crime.
Oh, you're crazy. I just found out about it. What Burgess does is his own business. Just because he decides to shoot up a dummy is no sign you can pin it on me.
Why, you dirty...
Sure I did it. I did it for Prescott. You were right all the time, Carson. The land agent was in with him. It was the senorita that got us into this trap.
Come on.
So now we go to San Francisco to help your father and see that nothing happens to him.
I am happy you are doing that. But you will return with him?
Senorita, nothing could keep me away.
What El Toro means is someday we hope to return.
Adios, senorita.
Goodbye.
Adios, amigos.
Really hope you enjoyed The Adventures of Kit Carson, starring Bill Williams and Don Diamond, and all brought to you free here on the internet by Wild West Toys, Toy Gun Town website. That's our shopping cart site. You can shop with us at www.toyguntown.com. We're the only manufacturers of American-made Western toy cap guns and have been for over a decade. Come by and see us. Have a great day, and we hope we'll see you again on Down the Trail. I'm Bob Terry, and we appreciate you.